What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, compare games from tabletop to video games. And today we are trying out a new hobby, one that has been trending on social media and especially TikTok, and that is anime glass painting. Now the reason why we're starting this up is because one, it looks really cool. And two, also my rabbit broke a picture frame, so that made the ball rolling. So now we have glass to work with. Can you guess his name? I'll give you a hint. It's a Digimon. So one thing's for sure about this hobby is very relatively cheap. You can pretty much purchase everything you need to get started at the dollar store and you're not even passing 10 bucks. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first thing you need is definitely glass, which I have a piece of broken glass, and some see-through paper or tracing paper, whichever you would like to call. And I like to use this glass marker. You can find it at the dollar store for literally $1. So one thing that you definitely want to do is take the glass, put on your paper first, do an outline trace all around, and then you start drawing wherever you want in it. I found that is the easiest way to make sure all the measurements are perfect, and then you could just flip it over because it's still pretty dark and it would be very easy just to place it on it and then just start it like this. So with that being said, we're going to tape it up and then we're going to start drawing onto the glass. As you can clearly see, so we did the outline and everything. Now there is one step that we need to do. So as you can see, there is a lot of very thick lining. So we are actually going to take a X-Acto knife and just scrape a few of the thickness away. And we're going to show you how we're going to do that exactly, because this is probably one of the easiest ways to actually fix your errors. And that's just waiting it to dry and just taking a X-Acto knife and just scraping it. So we're going to take the X-Acto, and as you can see right here, we're going to fix a little bit of the line over here. So what we're going to do is just take this and just scrape it like this, just to make the lines very, very thin. And as simple as that. And now we're going to do it for the rest of them. So now since everything is all thinned up, we're going to start painting. So we're starting with the lettering, and let me tell you that when you paint this, it has to be really thick coated. So we're just taking our time, and if you do a mistake, it's not even the end of the world. You could do the X-Acto knife trick and just scrape off wherever is excess. So same thing over here. And you have to really make sure that it's dry. Now I do apologize if we skip the white part because I completely forgot to record it and I was just doing it and having fun. Let me tell you, this is a very fun hobby, and it was kind of hard to actually film it because most of the time I just forgot and you just get lost into it. It's definitely a hobby that would take a day. It's not necessarily because of the size of what you're doing, more because you have to wait for the paint to dry, and once it's dry then you can do the other coat layer on top of it. So it's very simple. There are key things that you need to know. First, you definitely have to do highlights first, so get all the whites that you want, and then you can start doing shadows. So right now we are doing shadows. As you can see, putting dark blues all around in specific areas where it's going to create a shadow. Then again, don't forget, if we made mistakes, we could just scrape it off. So one thing to note is that if you have a base, try to make the shadow a darker color of that base. So Blue Eyes White Dragon, ironically, he's not really a white dragon. He's more like Blue Eyes Blue Dragon. So the base is really, or is a light blue. So you want the shadows to be a very dark blue. And now we're adding some more lighter highlight, not to the white, but now we're doing a baby blue. So these are going to be like a secondary highlight before we put the base. So we're setting it all around where we want it. So where it's the closest to the white, you want to put the second base highlights at, as you can see over here. And this is already looking pretty nice. Just can't wait. So definitely don't worry about mistakes. We can always scrape it off. And you have to make sure it's thick coats, because if you don't, then it's going to show on the other side and no one wants that. So now we're going to do the actual base of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So this we could just put over everything and it's going to make it a lot darker. So definitely. Now for the mixtures of blues, I did focus more on the baby blues and different highlights. I just mixed it with the whites. So definitely do that. If you want it to be lighter, you could just mix it with the whites. And if you want it darker, just don't mix it or add a little bit of black to it. That works as well. So definitely making sure it's all thick. For the tongue, it's quite simple. Mix red and white. So to make it that pink. And for the shade, I actually just added a little bit more red into it. So that made it a little shadow of him. So very nice. Okay, now it's time for the final reveal. Let's see. Oh, that looks nice. Very nice. I really do like it. Honestly, you see there is some issues over here and around. But you know what? I think I want to do a background completely black. So let's get to that. And finally, for the big reveal. Oh, okay. So comment down below which one you think is better. And that's it for anime glass painting. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review on the channel, you could follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.